Ever since America dropped a second atomic bomb on Nagasaki, Japan on August 9, 1945, the question has persisted, was that magnitude of death and destruction really needed to end World War II? A few days before, the White House released a statement from President Harry S. Truman, barely 16 hours after the American B-29 bomber Enola Gay stunned the world by releasing the first A-bomb, known as Little Boy, on the Japanese city of Hiroshima. Truman emphasized the threat that nuclear weapons posed to Japan, America's lone surviving enemy in the war, in addition to revealing to the world the details of the Manhattan Project, a one-stop secret atomic research program. They may expect a rain of ruin from the air, the likes of which has never been seen on this earth, Truman wrote.
Let there be no mistake. We shall completely destroy Japan's power to make war.
However, preparations were underway for a second nuclear strike even as Truman made his declaration. As per a directive written by Manhattan Project Director Lieutenant General Leslie Groves of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in late July, the president gave the go-ahead to unleash more bombs on the Japanese cities of Kakura, now known as Kitakyushu, Niigata, and Nagasaki, as soon as the weather conditions allowed. The original target was not Nagasaki. Even before the full devastation of the August 6, 1945, bombing of Hiroshima could be fully assessed, the United States dropped another atomic bomb on Japan, this time over the city of Nagasaki, 3 days later. The bomb was dropped by an American B-29 superfortress that took off from the island of Tinian in the western Pacific. It detonated on August 9 at 11:02 a.m. local time. Dubbed Fat Man, the nearly 4,700 kilograms bomb was a nuclear weapon similar to the Trinity test's plutonium implosion type. It produced about 21 kilotons of yield. The use of the atomic bomb, according to Truman and other members of his administration, was meant to end the Pacific War, prevent an American invasion of Japan, and save hundreds of thousands of American lives. Secretary of War Henry Stimson stated in Harper's Magazine in early 1947 that by July 1945 there had been no indication of any weakening in the Japanese determination to fight rather than accept unconditional surrender, in response to mounting criticism over the use of the atomic bomb. In the meantime, the United States was preparing to invade the Japanese home island that November, intensify its air and sea blockade of Japan, and increase strategic air bombings. We estimated that if we were forced to carry this plan to its conclusion, the major fighting would not end until the latter part of 1946, at the earliest, Stimson wrote. I was informed that such operations might be expected to cost over 1 million casualties, to American forces alone. Historians disagree on whether the United States had an excuse to use the atomic bomb in Japan in the first place, much less twice, despite the claims made by Stimson and others. There is no military necessity for the bombings, according to public statements made by a number of military and civilian officials. As Secretary of State James F. Burns argued on August 29, 1945, Japanese leaders knew they were defeated even before Hiroshima and had approached the Soviets to see if they would mediate in potential peace negotiations. In September 1945, even the notoriously tough General Curtis LeMay told the media that the atomic bomb had nothing to do with the end of the war at all. Some have countered that both attacks were merely tests of the two kinds of atomic weapons created by the Manhattan Project. Recalling that the first atomic bomb was an unnecessary experiment, the scientists had this toy and they wanted to try it out, so they dropped it, U.S. Navy 3rd Fleet Commander Admiral William Bull Halsey said as much in 1946. Was a second nuclear strike required to compel Japan to give up? The world might never find out. Truman, for his part, doesn't appear to have wavered in his belief that the attacks were justified, though the day after Nagasaki, he explicitly ordered against any more bomb attacks. That was a very bad choice. However, I succeeded, the 33rd president subsequently wrote to Mary, his sister. I would make it again in similar circumstances, and I made it to save 250,000 boys from the United States. If you enjoyed this historical insight, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more content, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest uploads. Your support helps us continue bringing you informative and engaging content. Thank you for watching.